YouTube, how we doing, family? It's your boy, yo! And this is another episode of the Ballpark Show. I go through every MLB game every day and try and narrow it down to the plays that I personally see the most value in. Today's Wednesday, August 20th. I have 4 games and 4 props at the end, so stick around. I do this every day for free, so please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and let me know your favorite game in the comment section below. Without further ado, let me get into today's recap. Recapping yesterday, we cashed our highlighted play of the day. We took the San Diego Padres on the run line against the San Francisco Giants. Perfect bounce back spot for the Padres. They just lost 4 in a row, and they need to regain some footing in the National League. They currently rank 5th. Pivetta pitched a gem, 6 innings, 1 earned run, and the bats took care of the rest. Final score was 5-1 Padres. We've now cashed our last 4 highlighted plays in a row. Let's keep that momentum rolling and get back in that win column today. I also sweat my player props, all for 2 or more bases, so we're starting to heat up. Without further ado, let me get into today's games. In our first matchup, we have the Toronto Blue Jays in Pittsburgh taking on the Pittsburgh Pirates. Blue Jays are minus 158 on the money line, and the total is 8.5 runs. On the mound, we have Chris Bassett going for Toronto, and we have Johan Oviedo going for Pittsburgh. I honestly don't understand how the Blue Jays are such small favorites here. Oviedo has 1 start in 2025. He pitched a single inning against the Giants on August 4th. He walked 3 batters and gave up a single, resulting in 2 earned runs before getting pulled. He has a career 4.3 ERA, so I don't expect him to suddenly start competing, especially against one of the hottest offenses in the league. Bassett's been decent, nothing to write home about, but I trust him against a bottom 10 offense like the Pirates. I was willing to take a shot with Paul Skeens, maybe Mitch Keller, but Oviedo? No way, Jose. We're taking the Blue Jays on the run line. You can find it for plus 110 odds as our first selection. Let's move. In our next matchup, we have the Chicago White Sox in Atlanta taking on the Atlanta Braves. Braves are minus 194 on the money line, and the total is 9 runs. On the mound, we have Martin Perez going for Chicago, and we have Hurston Waldrop going for Atlanta. Waldrop's a rookie, but he's the number 4 prospect in the Braves organization, and he's looking a lot better than Martin Perez. 3 starts, 17 innings pitched. He's 3-0 with a 1.02 ERA. Kid's looking sharp. Perez's current ERA looks decent, but his expected numbers are miserable. A 6.47 expected ERA, and I see why. He's not putting any velocity or movement on his pitches. He's gotten by for now, but it's going to be easy for batters to read moving forward. Chicago's offense has impressed me recently, but it's still not the Braves. Atlanta's top 5 in the league over the last 30 days, and I think they get to Perez in a big way. Better starting pitcher and better bullpen, sign me up. We're taking the Braves on the run line. You can find it for plus 110 odds as our next selection. Let's move. In our next matchup, we have the New York Yankees in Tampa Bay taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. Rays are minus 120 on the money line, and the total is 8.5 runs. On the mound, we have Cam Schlittler going for New York, and we have Drew Rasmussen going for Tampa. At first glance, this might look like a decent pitching matchup, but I give the huge edge to Rasmussen. 2.6 ERA and a 3.4 expected. He somehow has a 10-5 record with the Rays bats behind him. I'm confident in his game moving forward. Schlittler's your run-of-the-mill starting pitcher. 4.5 expected. He's got good velocity, but that's about it. Low strikeouts, low ground balls, and I think this is a perfect spot for the Rays offense to wake up. They've actually been horrible over the last 30 days, but earlier in the season, we saw them putting up runs in bunches, so we know they're capable. Better starting pitcher, better bullpen, and bounce back spot for the offense? Lock in. We're taking the Rays on the money line as our highlighted selection of the evening. Let's move. In our last and final matchup, we have the Cincinnati Reds in Los Angeles taking on the Los Angeles Angels. Angels are minus 140 on the money line, and the total is 9 runs. On the mound, we have Nick Martinez going for Cincy, and we have Yusei Kikuchi going for LA. There's a lot going on with this pitching matchup. Kikuchi has the better current numbers at 3.5 ERA, but when I look deeper, Martinez has the better expected numbers. It's close, but then I have to consider Kikuchi plays his best ball at home. He has a 2.47 ERA in Angel Stadium. The Halos also have the advantage in their lineup, so I expect Kikuchi to be better in this spot. Reds have the better bullpen, but it's middle of the pack at best, so they're still going to give up some runs late. It's a little juiced, and I do think it's a close one, but at the end of the day, the Angels should win this game. We're taking the Angels on the money line as our last and final selection. All right, guys, let me get into the props. 3-0 yesterday, all for 2 or more bases. Let's run it back. First, we're taking Riley Green of the Detroit Tigers to get 2 or more bases. Top of the league in hard contact, and he's seen Framber 11 previous at-bats. The more you face the same pitcher, the more you start to understand their play style. He's also batting a 2.73 in the 11 at-bats. Next, we're taking Yandy Diaz of the Tampa Bay Rays to get 1 run or RBI. I expect the Rays offense to wake up in a big way, and Yandy's really the heart and soul. 2.82 average on the season, he'll find a way. Next, we're taking Nick Kurtz of the Oakland Athletics to get 1 run or RBI. Until this guy gets tested, we're betting on him every day. 8 hits in his last 4 games. Only reason I don't like his bases is there's a good chance he gets walked 2 or 3 times. Last but definitely not least, we're taking Joe Adell of the Los Angeles Angels to get 2 or more bases. Top 10 in the league in hard contact, he's constantly hitting barrels. 7 bases in his last 3 games. Lock in. And that's going to conclude today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. 16 and 12 on all highlighted plays in August, but for me is 0-0. Let's cash that highlighted and start a streak today. I appreciate the support so much. I do this every day for free, so please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It's your boy, yo! And until the next one, I'm going to catch y'all. Peace.